Hello everybody. So today also we are continuing with the topic that is urinary excretion method, determination of pharmacokinetic parameters from urine. So today we will discuss on the method that is sigma minus method for urinary excretion method. So in sigma minus method, the concept is same what we have seen in the last class for the rate of excretion. So today in this one we will discuss sigma minus method if the drug is administered as an IV bolus, sigma minus method if the drug is administered as an IV infusion, as well as sigma minus method for the drug if you are administered as an extravascular route. Okay, so these three routes of administration today we have to discuss in this session. Okay, now the first one is sigma minus method for IV bolus. So you know dxu by dt is equal to kex. I hope this equation we already discussed in the last class, where dxu by dt is the rate of excretion through urine, k small e is the rate of excretion, and x is the amount of drug present in the body. Okay, so dxu by dt represents the change in amount of drug excreted through urine with respect to time. So with respect to time. So this is the general equation. For instead of x, if it is IV bolus, now we are going to substitute the value of x here. For an IV bolus, x equal to what? You remember x is equal to x0 e raised to minus ket. For an IV bolus administration, x is equal to x0 e raised to minus ket. Now substitute the value of x is equal to x0 e raised to minus ket in the first equation. You will get dxu by dt is equal to ke x0 e raised to minus ket. Now you integrate this equation, you will get xu is equal to ke x0 divided by k capital E into 1 minus e raised to minus ket. So this is the integrated equation. Okay, now from this xu, so xu represent what? Amount of drug excreted through urine at a time t. Now you have to calculate xu infinity, that is the amount of drug excreted through urine until infinite time, that is what xu infinity. So xu infinity is equal to what becomes? In this equation, xu infinity is equal to ke x0 divided by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ke infinity. Instead of t, it will be infinity. So xu infinity is equal to ke x0 divided by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ke infinity. Now you listen, e raised to minus ke infinity, e raised to minus ke infinity. So what becomes? E raised to, because this is urinary excretion, at infinite time the amount of drug excreted till infinite time will be very higher. In a term, e raised to the highest value becomes 0. So e raised to minus ke infinity, thus it becomes a 0. Thus simplifying, xu infinity equal to ke x0 divided by k capital E. So now we got two equations, xu that represents the amount of drug excreted through urine at any time t, and xu infinity amount of drug excreted till infinite time. Okay, now from these equations you can determine xu infinity minus xu. Just substitute it, xu infinity minus xu. Okay, let us see what it becomes. So here it is ke x0 divided by ke into 1 minus ke x0 divided by ke into e raised to minus ket minus ke x0 by ke. So finally xu infinity minus xu equal to xu infinity into e raised to minus ket into e raised to minus ket. Okay, so in the Wagner-Nelson method we have learned amount remaining to be absorbed, ARA. The same way xu infinity minus xu indicates what? Xu infinity is the maximum amount of drug excreted. Xu is the amount of drug excreted at time t. So xu infinity minus xu indicates what? amount of drug remaining to be excreted, ARE. Okay, so XU infinity minus XU is equal to amount remaining to be excreted. Now you take the logarithm. Log XU infinity minus XU is equal to log XU infinity minus KET divided by 2.303. So this is the general equation for sigma minus method for an IV bolus. Okay, so this log XU infinity minus XU, it can also be written as log ARE, amount remaining to be excreted, is equal to log XU minus KET divided by 2.303. Now if you make a graph of log XU infinity on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, you will get a straight line with the slope is equal to minus ke divided by 2.303. Listen, you have to draw a graph with the log XU infinity minus XU, log XU infinity minus XU on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. You will get a straight line with the slope is equal to minus ke divided by 2.303 and a y-intercept is equal to log XU infinity. Okay, so this way we can determine the elimination rate constant Ke from the graph by sigma minus method for an IV bolus administration. Okay, so let us see once again. In the first step, it is dx by dt is equal to ke into x, and instead of x you have to substitute the value for x. X is equal to, for an IV bolus, x equal to x0 e raised to minus ket. So dx by dt is equal to ke x0 e raised to minus ket. Now you integrate this equation. So first step, integrate the equation. Xu is equal to ke x0 divided by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ket. Then in this, e raised to minus ket becomes 0. Why means e raised to any of the digit, any of the highest digit, minus of the highest digit becomes 0. So the e raised to minus ket becomes 0. So finally it remains xu is equal to ke x0 divided by k capital into 1 by into 1. That's it. Okay, so xu is equal to, xu infinity becomes equal to ke x0 divided by k capital E. Then you subtract xu infinity minus xu is equal to xu infinity into e raised to minus ket. Now you take the logarithm. Log xu infinity minus xu is equal to log xu infinity minus ket divided by 2.303, and this log xu infinity minus xu is equal to amount remaining to be excreted, and they plot a graph of log xu infinity minus xu against time. You will get a straight line with the slope is equal to minus ke by 2.303. Okay, now if you look into this derivation of an IV bolus for sigma minus by sigma minus method, you will get few common steps. The first step, what was the first step? In the general equation, we substitute the value of x for IV bolus. We substituted. What was the second step? Second step was integration. What was the third step? Calculating the amount of drug remaining to be calculating the amount of drug excreted till infinite time. Right? Then fourth step is what? Substituting and simplifying, that is xu infinity minus xu. Substitute it and simplify. Okay, so these are the 4 steps. Now we want to learn about IV infusion and extravascular. These 4 steps remains the same. So instead of x, you have to substitute the value, you substitute the equation for IV infusion and extravascular. Integrate it, calculate for infinite time, simplify it. That's it. Okay, so you can easily learn, you can keep it in your mind the 4 different steps. Okay, now second one is sigma minus method for IV infusion. The first equation is the same, that is dx by dt is equal to kex. Now what is the equation for x for an IV infusion? One compartment open model IV infusion. What is the value of x? You remember, x is equal to r0 by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ket. So dx x equal to r0 by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ket. Substitute this equation in the previous equation. You will get dxu by xu is equal to, so substitute the equation, substitute the value of x in the first equation and you integrate it. After integrating, you will get this equation, that is xu is equal to ke r0t divided by ke minus ke r0 divided by ke square into 1 minus e raised to minus ket. Okay, now you calculate it for xu infinity. So this is an IV infusion. What is the specialty of IV infusion? IV infusion administered for an infinite time, for a longer period of time. What happens? It attains a steady state concentration. The purpose of IV infusion itself is to maintain a particular steady state concentration in our body, and it is a continuous and a long process. Okay, so what happens is, once IV infusion is administered towards a longer time of the body, the term e raised to minus ket, that is the rate of absorption, becomes higher. The term e raised to minus ket becomes a negligible value. So even without reaching an infinite time, during the time of administration itself, once it attains a steady state concentration, because of its higher elimination rate, the term e raised to minus ket becomes a negligible value. So finally, what happened to the equation? xu is equal to ke r0t divided by ke minus ke r0 divided by ke square. Ke r0t divided by ke minus ke r0t divided by ke square. Now you make a plot a graph of xu against time, xu on the y-axis, time on the x-axis. Okay, so you will get a graph that is a curved graph, that is increasing the graph, increasing in the increasing order of excretion, that is amount remaining to be excreted, amount of drug excreted through urine is slowly increasing as the time increases, and it forms a curvy linear graph. Okay, why this becomes curvy linear? You remember what was the graph of an IV infusion? IV infusion, what happens? Initially, if you administer an IV infusion to the body, initially without loading dose, initially slowly the drug is appearing into the body, slowly it gets increases, and finally what happens? It attains a steady state concentration. That is steady state concentration. The amount of drug remains in the body is same, amount of drug excreted through urine also remains the same. So since the amount of drug excreted through urine becomes same, here it forms a straight line in the second phase. So initially, as the drug increases, as the concentration of drug in the plasma increases, this graph also it shows a curvy line. Finally, in the IV infusion, since it attains a steady state concentration, the elimination or excretion also depends upon the steady state concentration. This what happens, the excretion also shows a straight line. So in this equation, by plotting xu against time, you will be getting a curvy linear graph in the ascending order, starting from the zero. So in this one, when you are back extrapolating towards the x-axis, you will get a intercept. You will get an intercept. This intercept is equal to 1 by ke. Okay, the line back extrapolating towards the x-axis, you will get an x-axis intersect. This intersect is equal to 1 by ke, and slope of this line is equal to ke r0 divided by k small e r0 divided by k capital E. So this way you can determine the elimination rate constant as well as excretion rate constant or a drug molecule administered as an IV infusion by sigma minus method. Okay, let us see once again. In case of IV infusion, general equation dxu by dt is equal to kex. Instead of x, you have to substitute dxu by dt equal to kex. Instead of x, you have to substitute as r0 by ke into 1 minus e raised to minus ke t, and you integrate. Upon integration, you will get x is equal to xu is equal to ke r0 t divided by ke minus ke r0 by ke square into 1 minus e raised to minus of ke t. And since it follows it attains a steady state concentration, the term e raised to minus ke t becomes a negligible value. Finally, xu is equal to ke r0 t divided by ke minus ke r0 divided by ke square. Now we plot the graph of xu against time. We will get a slope is equal to ke r0 divided by ke, and x in respect is equal to 1 by ke. Now the last part is sigma minus method for extravascular administration. General equation dxu by dt is equal to kex is same. Instead of x you have to substitute the value of x, that is kfx0 by kfx0 divided by ka minus ke into e raised to minus ket minus e raised to minus ket. Substitute this value in the first equation and you integrate it. Substitution followed by integration, you will get the equation as xu is equal to ke ka fx0 divided by ke into 1 divided by ka minus e raised to minus ket divided by ke minus ka plus ke into e raised to minus ket divided by ka into ke minus ka. Okay, now in this equation you have to by heart it. Okay, in this equation here you can see the interchange of the symbols minus and plus. What I have written in the blue ink, that is 1 by k minus. Okay, so in the textbook it was plus, but the actual sign is minus. As well as next to that e raised to minus ket divided by ke minus ka. In the textbook it is minus, but the actual symbol is plus. Okay, so you make the following correction in your textbook. So after substitution and integration you will get this equation. Now next what happens, as per our general concept, now you have to calculate for the infinite time. At an infinite time the term e raised to minus ket and e raised to minus kat becomes 0. Finally you will get xu infinity is equal to ke fx0 divided by k capital E, because here you have ke ka fx0 divided by ke into 1 by ka. The remaining two terms e raised to minus ket and e raised to minus kat becomes 0. So finally remaining is what, ku is equal to ke ka fx0 by ke into 1 by ka. So here we have ka in the numerator as well as ka in the denominator. Thus this ka gets cancels, and finally you will get xu is equal to ke fx0 divided by ke. So this is what xu infinity. Now here you got xu ke fx0 by ke as xu infinity. Now listen, what you have to do is the 10th equation, instead of this ke fx0 by k capital E, you substitute as xu infinity. Okay, I'm telling once again, the 11th equation xu infinity is equal to k fx0 divided by ke. This 11th equation you substitute in the 10th equation ke fx0 by ke. So there what happens, xu is equal to xu infinity into ka all multiplied with the 1 by ka, and the equation becomes. Okay, so and simplify, finally you will get this equation, that is xu infinity minus xu is equal to xu infinity divided by ke minus ka into ka e raised to minus ket minus ke e raised to minus kat. Okay, so there I have made an into mark. Actually in your textbook it is equal to, it's not equal to, it is an into mark. Okay, now the equation is xu infinity minus xu, that is amount of drug remaining to be excreted. AR is equal to xu infinity minus xu, that is equal to xu infinity divided by ke minus ka into ka e raised to minus ket minus ke e raised to minus kat, and percentage ARA is equal to 1 minus xa divided by xa infinity into 100. 1 minus xa divided by xa infinity into 100, that is equal to 1 minus dxu by dt plus kexu divided by kexu infinity into 100. Okay, so this way we will get the you can determine the the elimination rate constant ke from this equation. So now this equation shows you the amount of drug remaining to be excreted. So this is somewhat similar to what a few previous equations we learned. Okay, so from this you can determine the ke. For determining the ke, now we have to plot a graph. Okay, that is xu infinity. So this is a semi-log plot of xu infinity minus xu against time. So this is an extravascular administration. Usually how you plot a graph of xu infinity usually how you plot a graph for extravascular by plasma level studies, that is concentration against time. Concentration against time gives you what? Gives you a bi-exponential curve. That means a bi-exponential curve, how it is increasing, it attains a Cmax, then it is decreasing. A bell-shaped bi-exponential curve is obtained in a plasma concentration time profile graph for an extravascular. Okay, the same way when you plot an xu infinity minus xu against time, you will get a bell-shaped bi-exponential curve. Okay, it's a bell-shaped bi-exponential curve. So that is a bi-exponential curve. Now by splitting or by applying the method of residuals, you can split the curve and you can determine the values for the rate of absorption, the rate of elimination. Okay, so this is the concept of determining pharmacokinetic parameters by sigma minus method. Okay, so let us look into once again into the sigma minus method for extravascular. So this is the general equation. Instead of x, now we are substituting the value of x for an extravascular administration and you integrate it. After integration you will get this equation. Okay, in this equation what happens, the term e raised to minus kat, e raised to minus ket becomes 0. Finally in xu infinity it becomes ke fx0 by ka. Substituting this equation in the previous equation as xu infinity, upon simplification you will get are, that is xu infinity minus xu equal to xu infinity divided by ke minus ka into ka e raised to minus ket minus ke e raised to minus kat. Okay, now you can plot a graph of are against time. You will get a bi-exponential bell-shaped graph, same like of an extravascular. By applying the method of residuals, you can determine the value of ke as well as ka. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here is another one more equation, that is ARA. Okay, ARA, you remember where you studied ARA? You studied in the case of Wagner-Nelson method, that is amount remaining to be absorbed. Okay, so this is an equation which resembles to the sigma minus method for determination of the rate of absorption by urinary excretion based upon the urinary excretion data. That is, based upon the urinary excretion data, you can determine the rate of absorption by applying the concept of Wagner-Nelson method. Okay, this is just an equation for your understanding purpose. Okay, that's it for today's session. Okay, then. Thank you.